Hey guys, I got this really awesome question. One of my viewers was saying that she has the room to like build an aviary for parrots in her home. Well, outside, you know what I mean? But they haven't had parrots before. They have a 10-year-old daughter. They don't want a starter bird. Like, in other words, they don't want a parrot that's a little easier and generally smaller. They'd like something like a Hans macaw, something maybe a little bigger. How do you do that? Can you do that? Guys, I'm Kaylin, the author of The Parrot Bond and the new book, Get to Know African Grey and Cape Parrots. I have over 20 species of parrots. I love my parrots. If you want to get blissed out and learn about starting with a non-starter bird, you're in the right place. I love helping people increase their bliss so that it minimizes the need for rescues. I don't know how the rescues do it. I think they're amazing. And so by helping you have a more blissful bond, hopefully you won't want to rehome a rescue. So that's the idea. If you're used to being here and you're already subscribed, thanks for being here. Let's get started. I'm going to start by introducing Lorenza. Now, she wasn't my first burb, but Lorenza was an adult when I adopted her. And frankly, guys, at the time I was like, she's a big bird. I don't know. I wasn't sure I wanted an Amazon, that kind of thing. How do you start with a big bird, and can you? Well, I'm going to tell you that I think that there are a couple of things you can do. One that's really obvious, and you're going to be like, oh, I should have thought of that. But a couple things you can do. The not so obvious thing is try to have the bird pick you. Go and get your bird, maybe from a breeder, maybe from a store, maybe from a rescue, but somewhere where you can interact with the birds. Lorenza chose me, so from day one, I was able to pick her up. I was scared because she was a rescue and she was an Amazon, and I don't know, but it's worked out really well. She hasn't been a problem at all because she chose me. She chose me by watching me, by talking to me. I mean, it was like if she could have said, hey, hello, I'm talking to you, she would have, and she basically did. She's nervous out here. My daughter realized it, and she's like, Mom, that bird's watching you. Everywhere you go, she just doesn't take her eyes off of you. So that's the first thing you can do. When a bird chooses you and they dote on you kind of thing, then they want to be with you and you're gonna have a better experience. The next thing you can do, number two, and this is kind of obvious, make sure you do your research. Watch a lot of videos, read a lot of books, so that you understand some basics about parrots. For example, parrots bite. Then when you get more accustomed to them, they bite not at all or less. When they know you real good, or when you handle them in certain ways, they bite a lot less. When you learn the body language that means no, and the next one's gonna be a bite, then they bite a lot less. So there are things that you need to learn about a parrot, how to take care of them, what their mood and mannerisms are, and a lot of that depends on the species. You understand that they bite, when you understand that they're loud, when you understand what they're like. In other words, I feel like one of the things that happens is we all know what cats and dogs are like, and we kind of think parrots are like that, but cats aren't like dogs, and parrots aren't like cats or dogs. So get to know what parrots are like, because that's going to help you a lot. And follow your parrot's lead. Go slow with them, be patient with them, don't push them. A dog, you can run up and hug them, especially a puppy. A parrot, not at all. You'll get bitten. You have to go nice and slow. So learn as much as you can about parrotness, if you will, and about how to handle them. Now, the third and I think most obvious thing that you can do, because I do think that you can start with the bigger bird. I don't think you have to start with a quote-unquote starter bird. In other words, in my definition, a bird that's a little sweeter and more forgiving and less likely to go all piranha on you, if you will, that is work with a consultant, work with a trainer, they're going to really help you. I mean, you know what? Frankly, we did that, and we have done that when we've gotten dogs. We take them to puppy school, and we go from eating everything and peeing everywhere, and I don't know, like the hell dog, to this saint dog that's phenomenal, that everyone's like, oh my God, you have the best dog ever. Like, why? Because we went to puppy school and we know dogs. So basically, go to Parrot school, work with someone, because that'll make all the difference. It'll be totally worth it. You can skip learning how to have a parrot by having something like a budgie. Not that a budgie isn't an awesome parrot. So I say the most important thing, I think, isn't that you start with a starter parrot or buy your bird from here. I say the most important thing is that you get the right parrot for you. A parrot that chooses you, that likes you, that you click with. A parrot whose species you've researched and you're like, that's the kind I want. Because an Amazon, for example, is a one-person bird. That means that I can do anything to Lorenza. I can cuddle with her. Parrot kiss. She doesn't want to be out here right now with the other birds. Parrot kiss. Yay! Thank you. Thank you. I can do anything with her, but no one else can, because that's just the way Amazons are. They have one bond, and their bond is like this, and that's it. Get to know your species so that you get the right parrot, because making sure you have the right parrot for you, I think, is of utmost importance. Starting with a small parrot or whatever, is that helpful? Sure. Do you have to do it that way? No, not necessarily. So do those 3 things. I'm going to go in reverse order. Work with a consultant and go to puppy training for parrots kind of thing. Got an Indian ringneck joining us. Learn about parrotness as best you can, and make sure that you pick a parrot that picks you. Make sure that you guys click. It'll make all the difference, and then go slow and be patient with them. You can start with a rescue. People do it. You could start with a macaw. You could start with anything you want if it's the right bird for you. I hope that really, really helps, because there's nothing better than having a blissful bond with your parrot. Right, guys? Now, ever so quickly, this is one of my daughter's designs. I asked her to make a Buddha for me, and then I threw in the bird. That's why the bird's not quite so cute, but what are you going to do? It's also available on our site at shop.parrotbliss.com. My daughter is this great, amazing high schooler. She's an illustrator. She's an artist. She's my parrot whisperer. She's saving some money for college. I use some of my profits to help the rescues that we've gotten and to help support my flock. Thank you so much for being here. If you're looking for some really awesome merch, she just does these cute, awesome illustrations. So be sure to visit our shop. Make sure to like, subscribe if you haven't already, and comment if you have questions. I love great content. I love great questions. I haven't met a not great question. The only questions that aren't great are the ones that I don't understand, but that doesn't usually happen. Like, very rare. Okay, thanks guys. I'll see you next time.